Hi, Doug Burr from Doug Burr's Tackle World here for the Offshore Fishing Report for this weekend, the 26th and 27th of June 2021. Well, it's another weekend of crap weather. Sorry about that, guys. You might get Saturday morning, like one of the weather forecasters saying 20 knots coming in from the south at sort of 8 o'clock. The other one sort of shows it westerly, sort of 15 knots, dropping back to 10, up to 18 knots. So the further that you go, it's going to be rough. So you're going to fish, you'd have to fish in close, and it shows it's sort of not too bad to run about between 10 and even 1 o'clock. Then the southerly kicks in on Saturday afternoon. So it depends which way the forecast you want to trust. Regardless, the swell's not too bad at the moment, but be careful, it picks up in an hour, as we all know. So just keep an eye on the wave rider, boys. But you'll probably maybe definitely get in tomorrow morning on the close reefs. Okay, but I wouldn't go too far on that westerly before it swings to the south. And as we all know, there's plenty of snapper out there, there's plenty of jewies, there's a few jewies caught today. BK Charter's got an absolute hooter this morning out there. On live, he's just fishing the close reefs at 18 fathoms, I think it was. So during the day, so there's obviously a lot of jewies around, just can't get a good night to fish it, but anyhow, so there we go. There are some reports saying Saturday night, like the wind comes in, as a front comes in tomorrow afternoon, subtly around 20 knots, and then it drops back to about 10 knots tomorrow night, and then early Sunday morning it kicks back in again. So it depends on if you're competent at night time. It might be worth a go for Jewies tomorrow if that forecast is correct. Don't know if it is, but anyhow. But I'll be definitely out tomorrow morning if the chance happens, and I'll be on the close reefs and just jigging stuff like little micro jigs like this little type fellow here, Samaki. Around that sort of 20 to 40 gram size if you're using sort of 20 to 30 pound braid. And the octopus and the taco type jigs, really, really good for anything. So you can actually work this jig here, and you can drop it on the rod holder and just let it do its thing. One at the bottom, up one turn, and it sort of just bounces off. Really soft tip rod's the secret, and I'll just load it up with a fish on it, doing its own self-fishing type style. Really good. But next week, I look at the long-range forecast. I can't see much really good weather this next week. I did show Friday morning a couple of days ago, but now that's a little bit yucky. Sunday next week looks not too bad at this stage, but you know, last weekend that showed this weekend being really nice. You know, it's crud, so it's a bit hard to forecast this time. You get those lows come whipping through down the bottom. Sometimes I kick a high up and we might have a good weekend. Other times it sort of sucks it down, and northwest comes into the account, and southerlies and southwest, and just blows us off the map. So just be careful, guys. But standard issue, there's plenty of pearlies out wide. We've got 2.5 weeks left before the closure. The closure is the 15th of July to the 15th of August midnight, and definitely pearlies at the 100 metre line, just outside the 50s. Some big snapper on the 50s. We were there last week. I told you we've got the 80s, 60 centimetres, 70 centimetre snapper whilst we're fishing for the pearlies on jigs and bait, and definitely kingies. So if you've got a jig for kingies, it's next few months is a jigging time, and whilst the closure's on, that's my go-to. As long as it's good weather to get out there, I'm 100% jigging for kingies and amberjacks during that period, because there's nothing much else we can do. Okay, and go deep dropping maybe. But yeah, so do that, and then on the 36s, same scenario. Some nice snapper around, plenty good sized trade, pearlies, parrot. And in on the close reefs, as I said before, there's jewies, there's snapper, still a few cobia around, still whales around. Just be careful of whales if you're trapping in the dark too, by the way. And definitely concentrate on soft plastics, micro jigs, rubber jigs, the loco jigs, and even plastic, even vibes aren't too bad at times too. I don't think there's too much current in close at the moment. It's a bit out wide, but not much in close. And it just depends on what the wind's doing. Reverse up, remember to reverse up, okay? Other than that, down at Palm, there's a couple of doggies down that way, doggy mackerel, and I'm going to go catch some tailor tomorrow morning because westerly is blowing. Go along the back of the surf. If the surf's not too big, be very careful, and cast your lures back into the back break, poppers, stick baits, metals, and little hard bodies that are really heavy, like that's 40 grams odd, and swims. Yeah. Anyhow, good luck out there. Hope we get a better weather report and infantry report for you next week. And stay good from Doug at Stackerweld, and thank you for listening in. Bye bye.